Is there a universe outside of Bravo?
Did we miss the training manual to our 30s?
No. Are they for real?
Thank God for our girlfriends. Guys, and welcome back to another episode of Structured Chaos with Kelly and Kyra. We hope that you had a great week and that you're ready to laugh about how none of us have it figured out.
I'm ready to laugh.
She's ready to laugh, folks. You know, she took a little time off, and now it's game time, bitches.
Yep, it's over for you hoes. Just kidding.
Yep.
I'll probably have a mental breakdown right after this. But in this moment, I'm laughing.
Soaring high. She's feeling good.
Yes. I thought
Great.
I thought you said sore and high. Because I am sore from my workout. And then so I was training and then like high on life. And I was that works too, sore and high. But I was like, it's a weird statement. But
oh yeah, you went to a Pilates class yesterday.
I did. It was hard. And I had to record. Well, I didn't have to record it, but it was like a content thing, and so everyone was recording. And then I'm just like, I progressively am like sweatier and sweatier, and like then after the class, they're like group picture, and like everyone else is like so cute and not sweaty, and I'm like, I'll be in the back.
So cute.
I'll show you what I looked like at the end. I looked really cute at the beginning. Did not look as cute at the end.
Snatched.
They don't post those pics. I'm like, why don't we take a group pic at the beginning?
I always think that. Like, when everyone's looking great, you know?
Yeah.
Let's get a pic then.
And they were like taking videos and stuff throughout, and I'm like, sorry that I keep quitting in the middle of each session or set.
It is like, so my friend and I, so Debbie and I did a class at the Tide and Tone that just opened at the, where we work. And it was Debbie's first time ever taking a Pilates class. And it was difficult. It was challenging for her because she also does not work out. And so, but we did it. I guess kept telling her after, I'm like, but you did it. You completed it. Like, who cares that you needed to stop? I needed to stop. We all needed to stop. Every single person in that class. Like, it is just something like, guys, if you've never done Pilates, like you walk away in your first class being like, now I understand why they have the bodies that they do. Like, it like stretches you, and it's just like the smallest, littlest movements.
But it's
boy, you engage some muscles.
When I used to do Pilates like more regularly, I was like addicted to it, and obviously it was hard, but it becomes easier. Like it's still challenging, but you become like accustomed to it, just like any workout, and you are able to do it like more easily, which is nice. And so I used to be more like at that level when I could actually like do the classes better, because I used to do more Pilates and weightlifting, which I want to get back into lately for the past like several months. Obviously, I've just been doing pickleball, which is a workout, but it's just a completely different type of workout. So I was just not prepared. But yeah, it was great. Yeah,
we're Pilates. We're going to be Pilates girlies over here.
Yeah.
Just add it to the list for us,
just
an athlete is an athlete is an athlete.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of athletes, we have a new NBA champ in town, and it is the Oklahoma City Thunder. They did it. They got their ring. They beat the Pacers in Game 7 at home, 103-91. It was a game. It was a great game until like the middle of the third quarter. Then they just slowly started running away with it. But they were neck and neck the whole time, down by like 1 to 2 points each of them, just like back and forth. So it was a good game, but lackluster ending. And I guess go OKC.
Okay. Well, I mean, it must have been a good series. It went to Game 7. So that's nice.
Yeah.
Awesome. And that concludes our basketball season journey with
the
your
24-25 season. Yep, 24-25 season officially ended.
It's been a journey. I mean, if you remember back, we went to a basketball game. We vlogged.
Okay.
Wow.
If you haven't seen our vlog, you should go check it out because it's something.
Not one to be missed. Mm-mm. That was some high quality production. So yeah, that was fun. And I guess we should say, you wouldn't really know it from this episode because of how much we're yapping right now, but we are going to kind of do a little bit of a different structure for episodes. We're going to try something else out. So we're going to do more shows one week and then like non-shows one week and then shows and like back and forth. So this week we're going to talk mostly about everything that's been going on with shows, and then like next week we'll talk about non-shows, so like stuff that's going on with us and funny stories and stuff, and go back and forth. So I have like one funny quick story to share this week, but then we're mostly just going to be talking about shows and Bravo and stuff like that. And so just to kind of give some context that during those weeks that we're talking about shows, we won't really be giving updates about ourselves. We just happened to be this week because we hadn't recorded in a little while. So is there anything else that you wanted to share?
Just really quickly, I did a deep clean of my apartment. It took me like 2 days to do. You know, I've never felt better. When I tell you a deep clean, like I'm talking baseboards, my refrigerator, cleaned out my cabinets, you know, like my pantry, like reorganized everything. I mean, top to bottom, my apartment is clean.
That's
like,
so nice.
Oh, it's like the best feeling, especially like I said, like I was away, like then I was dog sitting, and then I was just like kind of like getting back in the routine of being here, you know, after about 3 weeks not being here. So it was just like so nice where I'm just like, oh my God, everything is so clean and tidy. Like I just love it.
I love that feeling.
And then I know you took a lot of time off because you don't care about our business, but during that time, what'd you do?
A lot of time off. Okay. Wouldn't go that far. It's extreme. So I mean, I did a lot of things, but the one thing that I was going to talk about was my pedicure story, but really not mine, my mom's. Because it was just the apple doesn't fall far. So last, what day was it? On Thursday, I had Thursday off for Juneteenth. And so I had asked my mom if she wanted to go get a pedicure, and she did. So we go to a different salon than I usually go to, because whatever, it doesn't matter.
We're already off to a rocky start. You went to an unfamiliar salon.
Well, we went to one that she likes to go to.
Okay.
So it was by where she live. Well, she doesn't live here, but where she, whatever. Mm-hmm. So she's familiar with it. But she's also like, if you think I'm not picky, she's like half of what I am picky wise. So she brings her own nail polish, first of all. Which is fine.
Who knows what she wants?
Yes, but I didn't like the color she brought. But guess what? It doesn't matter because it's not my toes. Mm-hmm. Nor did she ask my opinion, so I didn't give it. So she brought her own polish, and so I'm picking my color, and then so we sit down, we get our pedicures, and they start painting hers, and she asked me, oh, do you like this color? And I said, no, not really. And it was kind of like a nude-ish
color. It was like too matchy to the skin. Mm-hmm.
Right, which usually she just gets like pink. But she was like, well, I feel like lately, like she's just like not liking how her feet look. So she like doesn't want to draw attention to them. She just feels like if she wants to get them like a pedicure, so it just like feels you know nice, clean, whatever, but she just wants them to be whatever
blended
and so
natural.
I was kind of like, I mean, it's not my vibe, but they're not my feet, so I don't care. And so she was like, oh, okay, I like it. And I'm like, oh, perfect, that's all that matters. But then I think she started not liking it,
started getting in her head.
Mm-hmm. And it's not like I was like going on and being like, yeah, it looks so bad. It didn't look bad. It's
You were
just,
just
I
like
literally
bullying her about her ugly nail.
I was like,
color.
ugh. No. And it didn't look bad. It's just, I meant like I wouldn't get nude, but it didn't look bad. So after the girl like completely finishes the color, then my mom was like, looks at me, she's like, I don't like it. And I'm like, okay. And so then she's like, do you think I can just like pay her to redo the color? And so then, of course, in that moment, since it's not my feet, I'm like, oh my God, yeah. I was like, I don't think you need to pay.
Suddenly she's got a backbone in the nail salon.
Yes, I'm like, oh, I'm channeling Kyra. And I'm like, yeah. And I was like, I was like, yeah, do you want me to ask her for you? And so she was like, and so the girl is like still like fixing them up. Like she's not even like completely done.
Like cleaning them up and like,
yeah. And I'm like, it's not like that. It's not like she got gel, you know? And so I'm like, yeah, I think it's okay. And she's like, no. And I'm like, are you sure? Like I could ask. Because if you don't like your toenail color.
That's on you for a bit.
Yes. I feel like, I mean, and I get it. Okay. I understand because I just had nails that I didn't like. And that is a big deal too. But those would have taken a very long time to redo because they were gel, yeah. So anyways, I was like, are you sure? And she was like, no, it's fine. And so we didn't end up saying anything. That's just, I asked her yesterday if she said they're fine. She is fine with them. And so it's been a couple days, but I told her right after, I said, well, I'm telling this on the podcast because it just shows that we don't speak up.
Nope.
But then I showed her,
even when encouraged by a fellow family member.
Even when that fellow family member will speak up for you, you don't even have to speak up. So I showed her the clip of me talking about burning my feet off. And she was like, oh, well, I wouldn't do that.
Stupid.
Yeah. What the hell does that?
She's like, no.
She's like, you don't even have to speak up for that. You could just take your own feet out. But she just thinks it's hilarious and thinks
it's always something in that
hilarious.
household when it comes to the little piggies. The toes. Piggy toes.
It is. Okay, I know I just said we're not going to talk about like our personal stuff. We're going to talk about shows, but since you just said that, so when I was little, like my grandpa used to always do the like this little piggy went to the market, like on my toes, you know. So last week I went to see my grandma, who was in the hospital. That was like part of the reason I took time off. And while she was in the hospital, I was like rubbing her feet, and so I was doing the little like this little piggy, blah blah blah, and I kept like forgetting ones or whatever. So we were like joking around and I was like, yeah, it doesn't sound quite as good as like when grandpa would do it. And she was like, oh, I like your version better. And we were like joking. And so then like, you know, I always remember the last one and like this one went wee, wee, wee all the way home or whatever. So then the one day that I was there that I had a really bad day, I got bad news that I'm not going to say on here, but I got bad news and I basically like cried all the way home from the hospital. It was like 30 minutes home. And so I told her the next day, I said, I was the little piggy that went wee, all the way home. That was me. Literally, I was just crying, driving home from the hospital. Wee.
And then it just reminds me of those commercials with the little pig in the back seat. He's like, wee! You're like, I just needed that little like party favor, like windmill.
And to be happy. That would have made me happy. Wee! Wee! Instead I was like, wee! Wee! I was a Maya on Love Island.
And that's
I don't want to do that.
Oh, God, I can't. Oh my God. I cannot wait to dive deep into Love Island.
Okay, well, let's get started. I'm so excited to talk about shows.
Yes, just like a quick rundown of stuff that happened. We don't need to really get into it. The Lakers the Buss family is selling off their majority stake in the Lakers, which was like, I mean, the Lakers are the Buss family. So it's so crazy. And it is the biggest sale in sports history. Buss.
That's what I said, bus.
Oh, I thought you said bust.
Well, I was saying bus. I mean,
Yeah, got it. So yes, they sold for $10 billion. And previously held was the Celtics at the largest sale at 6.1 billion. So like almost double. Like they might have one more championship than us, but we have a higher resale value. So take that, Boston.
oh.
Mm-hmm. And then Paige was on Love Island and she hosted a game. And if you were watching, you realized a couple things. You realized, one, why is our girl wearing suede? Two, why is she wearing a repeat outfit? And three, where did she go? And it was like, and I like instantly thought of all of those things. And so then on her podcast with Hannah, she like broke it down and like talks about what happened. And when I tell you that I could not relate more to every single thing that she went through, like everything. First of all, it looked like, why would she be wearing that? And why would she be wearing a repeat outfit? We then come to find out she got a call last minute. They like wanted to switch it up. She didn't realize that this was like what she would be wearing while filming. She had like perfectly curated other outfits. And if you are a girly who loves to dress, you understand like the pride and joy and hard work that goes into that. And then like, especially you are a style icon and you go and you have to like wear a repeat outfit of something you didn't plan on wearing. And like, oh, she was like, I was mortified. She's like, and I knew that the people were going to come to me or come for me. And she was like, Lizzie, like the Lizzie McGuire line, like you outfit repeater. And she was like, and they did say that. And then she ended up like feeling super, super faint because it was so hot and she's wearing a turtleneck and like all these hair extensions and suede. And I could relate to her on that level too of like, I'm not going to speak up until the last moment. Like, I don't want to inconvenience someone. I'm here to do a job. Like, this is like I'll get through whatever I have to get through. Like, no matter how uncomfortable I am, I don't want to like ruin this for anyone. And she was like, and then I was like, no, I'm going to need to take a longer break. I'm going to pass all the way out.
Yeah.
So,
and then because if you say something earlier, then everyone's like looking at you the whole time.
Right.
Like,
right.
And that's awkward. And like she said, the contestants are being like sprayed down with water. And like, obviously she can't do that because she's wearing her outfit. And it's just like, I couldn't imagine. Ugh.
Yeah. But I was so grateful that she explained everything and that it all made sense. I mean, obviously I imagined it would, you know. And then our little guy, Tom Sandoval, I sent Kelly the video. He tried out for America's Got Talent. Listen, we don't like Tom. It is about Tom, you know. We
wish it wasn't, but it is.
Yeah, we wish it wasn't, but everywhere we go, Tom is there. And I will say, arguably, like, again, don't like the guy. He got better. His audition was good because that's not like to a track. Like, it has to be live.
Yeah. I think his other, like, the stuff we've heard from him before was just like the type of stuff. I feel like he has always had like talent, and he has gotten better. But I think before what we were seeing was obviously edited in a way to kind of make it seem worse than it probably was. And now on this, that's not their goal to make him look bad.
Right.
So,
I'm like, my man invested in some voice lessons or something because he had that range and I did not see that for him. So, I mean, not that I hope, I mean, also, why are you going on America's Got Talent? What are you doing?
He needs to stay relevant.
Like, save it for somebody who like is a no-name that no one knows about and like make their dream come true.
Right.
Don't take up a spot.
Like, start your own like talent show or something. Like, if that's what you want to do, you have enough connections to like get involved with something like that.
It's giving selfish.
I'm not surprised.
Diddy trial, we're not much of an update over there. It's still the same things, although they did release pictures of his hotel room and all the baby oil I just saw. God, just again, what? Too much.
Imagine
too
if you
much.
had to clean that.
Well, somebody did, and they got paid a
I
lot
know.
for it.
Well, no,
Yeah.
they probably just got paid their normal rate.
No, because they had he would pay the team to what to clean the room for him, and then he would pay the cleaning staff extra to take care of everything.
I meant like the hotel people.
Yeah, he would give them cash, like the hotel cleaners to make up for it. Yeah,
I wouldn't want to do that. I don't care how much you're paying me.
Yeah,
creep. Kristen and Nia both gave birth from the Valley. So yay, congrats to them. And okay, I was so happy. So for everyone who knows, obviously I knew that Kyra and Joey were doing like a episode last week. I knew that they were going to record together, but I didn't know like what they were going to talk about. And I listened to it on Tuesday with everyone else. And I was so excited that you guys talked about Karen Read because I've been following it. I'm into like true crime and all the things. So I knew about the case and I've been following it, and I was like so excited that you guys talked about it, and she was found not guilty. So yay, exciting. We'll have to have Joey back on, especially once he goes on his little tour. I mean, I'm like, I want to go. That sounds amazing. Okay, so shows.
Boy, do we have a lot of them. We've got a lot to say.
Yes.
So, the Valley. Let's just start there.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, I know I continue saying this every single time we bring up this show. I don't think that Jax can get any worse, and then he does. And I just simply loathe this man. Like, if we can even call him a man.
No.
Lack of.
Yeah, and then just every
and Jason is pissing me off. I mean, all of the guys on the Valley aside from Zach pissing me the fuck off.
Yes. And I would say Danny, he was kind of weirding me out, but now not so much. I mean, there was a couple weeks there that I was kind of like, but now I'm like, he's fine. He's annoying to me, but he's fine.
Yes.
I think he's harmless.
I definitely think he's harmless.
Yeah.
And he's great in comparison to Jesse, Jason, and Jax. Wow. It's the Jays.
It's the Jays. Not surprising. Yeah, I mean, Jax, just the way that he treats Brittany, the way that he just is such a victim all the time. He goes and gets this new apartment and then leaves Brittany to just deal with everything, but then complains about how she deals with stuff. He complains he doesn't see his son. He complains that she's didn't come to visit him, but meanwhile is rage texting her every day. It's and telling her all these awful things about herself, and just the crazy delusion of everything. And then to be
well, I don't have a substance abuse problem. No, I'm that's not my, alcohol is not my problem. It's didn't you just talk about how much cocaine you did? What, isn't that what got you into rehab?
That's a substance.
And then to be oh, I went on Watch What Happens Live after the show this week, and Andy asked him how many days sober, and he said 240 something, which doesn't make sense timeline about when he said he was 180 days sober. And also,
yeah, he said 2 whatever, and then Andy said, is that from after rehab? And he said, yeah, after. So it's so you wouldn't you say before, since before, because wouldn't you have been that didn't make sense.
And then goes on to say, I mean, I don't have to get drug tested, but I'm getting drug tested through my therapist, but it's not court ordered. No, you're not. Your therapist is not drug testing you. When your issue is anger.
Right. you don't have a substance abuse problem, but you're getting drug tested for accountability by your choice.
Are your therapist who's dealing with your anger issues?
Suspect.
Okay.
And they
Makes
can't
a
test
lot
you
of
for
sense.
alcohol.
Yeah, they can.
But only if you, like
Like
that
in the
doesn't...
last, like, 12 hours or whatever.
Right. So
Right.
that, I mean, they don't know if you've actually been sober. It's not like he goes to his therapist every day.
Right. He needs to. Multiple times.
And they would have to do a blood test, right?
I think so.
I doubt his therapist is doing a blood test.
I doubt he has a therapist. I just...
Because, like, I mean, if
Who's
his
the
therapist... I don't know. I'm sure his therapist could do, like, a pee test for the drugs, but I doubt his therapist is taking his blood for an alcohol test. Like, I doubt it.
They're taking his blood to test his anger.
It's giving high blood pressure, so...
And, like, how smug he was at the dinner table. And then, like, inviting himself to Jesse's house for Zach's party. Like, he's like, oh, no, I'm coming. Like, you're my friend. I'm coming. It's your house. It's like, what are you, 12? Like,
I know.
What? And no one
still
wants you there.
Trying to be like, this is my show. It's giving, like, I'm the number one guy in the group. It's like, we wish you weren't here.
No one wants you here. And Zach was so perfect. And he was like, not for the past 30 days, it hasn't been.
Yeah. And
Zach
really,
was
like,
so good this episode. But, like, I just, like, God bless Brittany for dealing with him for so long. And I just, like, I know she, like, of course there's sadness and anger and resentment and all of the emotions, you know, that she's going through. But I just hope for nothing but the most incredible things for her. And for a man to just come in and treat her right and, like, do right by her. I just, yeah. And, like, the Jason of it all, like, how are you going to sit there and defend Jax about how he's a good person and change, and you see all this incredible change in him while simultaneously, like, trying to throw Danny under the bus and be like, you have a problem, just admit that you have a problem. It's just like...
Because of the other Janet. Can't stand her.
No.
She is a trouble starter for some reason that we don't understand. She just loves to cause trouble. She's just a shitster. Like, what is the deal?
She's a miserable woman who thinks that she knows what she's doing being on reality TV and thinks that, like, she's coming off so superior and great. And it's like, girl, it's not giving that. It's giving the complete opposite of what you are trying to do. Like, and she's not a girl's girl.
No. When Jasmine, why are they all J's? When Jasmine, like, called her out at the beach, all the things she said, I was like, and that's coming from someone who is, like, good friends with this couple, and she has had enough, and she said all these things, and I'm like, that just shows that truly is how Janet is. And she just immediately was like, we need to leave, because it's like, oh, because someone's actually telling you exactly who you are.
And, like, that's the thing too, like, even, like, when Nia, I love Nia so much. When Nia sits down with her and, like, is trying to talk, and she was like, whoa, like, watch what you're saying. Be very careful about what the words that you're choosing to come out of your mouth, which, like, yeah, don't fucking talk about my man. Don't talk about my marriage. Like,
don't talk
and if
about
you
Daniel.
Okay. Daniel
it's not about Daniel.
It's not about Daniel. It's about Jax.
It's
and
about
Jason,
the Jays.
and Jesse, and Jasmine, and Janet. Okay?
Let's stick to the Jays and leave Daniel out of it.
Okay? Daniel is just a Christian boy ready to give his wife the world with his 17 children.
And do his voice acting.
Okay?
And sometimes he wants to take a swig in the closet. Let the man live.
Not hurting anyone.
No. He's just in the closet. Taking a swig.
Taking a swig. I just am like, what is going on? And then I also did think that it was weird that Jesse did host Zach's party. It just didn't seem...
Yeah.
like that's who he would use as a resource. But
Right, because they were fighting in Santa Barbara.
yeah,
But I also think it just must be because it was just,
location.
yeah. Like, production probably made him. Because he's the only one that, like, has a house that, like, everyone kind of gets, like, no one's really fighting with Jesse.
That's true. That's true.
And he doesn't, yeah, because everyone else, it's like, Jason and Janet are, like, fighting with a bunch of people. And then, like, Kristen and Luke, they already are had other parties at their house. Obviously, they're not going to do it at Brittany's house. And, like, Nia and Danny have an
rental,
apartment.
Jack's rental.
Yeah, like,
Your
that's a
regular
mess.
house. And then again, like I said, I would never, like, Janet is not a girl's girl to me, and she's for sure not who I'd want to, like, console me at any point. Of course, she wants to be that friend because she just wants the tea. She just, like, wants to be involved and, like, in the know. So when she goes over to Brittany's house, at the day that, like, Jack's, like, officially had, like, moved out, Brittany sees that Jax has responded on his burner account, like boosting himself up, and then DM'd her from his account.
And it's like, call me back or something.
I'm dead. So yeah, basically everyone on the Valley is just chaos, chaos, chaos. They like will not give up on this Danny has a drinking problem thing. And I just really feel bad for him because he every single time is just sitting there like, guys, why are we talking about this? And I do not have a drinking problem. And like,
I
kindly
think
shut the
he's
fuck
a lightweight.
up. Yes.
Like, he's just small and he's a lightweight. And he's like, you guys, relax. I'm just a cheap date. I only need 2 drinks.
Like,
and
guys, I'm 5'4". Like,
right. Like, yeah, I just can't handle my liquor. That's it. Like, it's
and
not.
I don't sleep.
Right. Like, that's it.
Yep.
So it's fine.
Let's see what else is to come. They just taped the reunion. So
they taped it a while ago because we talked about it when they taped it. They taped it like when like episode 2 came out. Because the 2 girls were gonna have their babies.
I was like,
but they just came out with the reunion looks.
Okay. That's what I'm like, wait, you're right. But also, what did I just see there?
Yeah, they just came out the looks because I think the reunion's probably going to be airing soon.
Yeah.
Because we're coming to the end of the season. And I will say Janet looked good in her reunion look, which is so annoying. She did.
I know. She got my top. I thought she looked really good.
Whatever.
But when she opens that mouth, no thank you.
Right.
Okay, so Next Gen NYC, we're a few episodes in now. I'm really loving it. I did not think that I was. It was not on my bingo card. Really, really, really loving it. Couple takeaways. Kim stole Ariana's money. I want to know, what's your guess on the amount?
Oh, I couldn't.
Like, are we thinking like 10 million or less than 10 million or more than 10 million?
I would say less than 10 million, but probably a couple million.
Yeah, I'm going to say like at least like 6.
I would say probably because she's talking about like her being on the show and things like that when she was a kid.
Right.
Which they did not pay children as much.
Correct. But then,
because there has been a whole thing recently within the past like 2 years about actually paying kids. So there was a time that kids didn't even get paid for being on like reality shows and stuff. So there was probably a time where there wasn't any money coming in for her.
But she also was talking about her brand deals, and one brand deal could be $500,000. You know what I mean?
Right. But at a time, she was not getting that. So, I mean, like, we're thinking, like, in terms of right now, what she would be making for brand deals, but it's not like she was always getting that.
But when she was like 15, 16, like, that's when she was saying, because she was, like, doing all of these brand deals.
Yeah.
Like, that's, it's, whatever it is, I mean, it's definitely over $1 million, 100%.
Yeah, I think probably, like, a couple million for sure. Probably, like, around, like, 5. Yeah, like 4 or 5 million.
And then you have the audacity to call me and ask for money?
Mm-hmm.
You don't need to call and ask. You already took my money. You don't need my money. You already took it.
Yeah, I don't have any more.
Because you took it.
I'm sure she obviously does, but
right.
I mean, she's out here not like struggling, but struggling for, she shouldn't have to be even thinking about anything with the amount of work that she's done in her life.
Mm-hmm.
She shouldn't have to be thinking about like, I need to be on this like very strict budget.
Mm-hmm.
And it's sad that she is. I mean, it's good, and it's still like she lives a privileged life, but she works
Right.
hard and, you know, whatever. But I like her a lot. I think
I do too.
I really thought that I wouldn't, because I've seen
Mm-hmm.
the other daughter on other things that I
Right.
don't really care for
Right.
her, but I really like
Mm-hmm.
Ariana, and I think she's sweet. And her boyfriend are like funny and cute together.
Okay, so funny because like on the first episode they're like apartment hunting if you guys haven't watched, and they're talking about a budget, and he's like, and then that's when she discusses like that her mom has taken her money, and he's like, no, like let's double the budget, and I'm out here, and then like he has a problem with her mom asking her for money, and I'm out here like, and sir, who are you? Like, what do you bring to the table? And then they're like, so his dad is a billionaire. He has $1 billion empire, and it's like, you know what? You can have as many opinions as you need. Like,
Yep.
you are educated in this matter. Continue, you
Yeah.
billionaire man. Like,
Uh-huh.
and
But
I
think
love that
it's
they've been
sweet.
together for so long. Like,
Mhm.
and like they're just like cute.
They're cute, and he seems like really cute and supportive, and he wasn't being like mean to her, and he was
Mm-mm.
like, he was being kind, but like being, setting boundaries. Like, I think, you know, he doesn't want her to get taken advantage of, is how it was.
Right.
It wasn't like, oh, this is like
Don't
our
you
money,
dare.
like you were
Yeah.
saying, like, because he has his own, like, he's like, I
Yeah.
don't want you to be taken advantage of. And then he's like, you know, yeah, let's double it, because he obviously can pay for it. But I like that she's like, I want to contribute, I don't want it to be like that. And he's obviously being respectful of that, because he's like, well, she wants to pay half or whatever, and so if we double it, she's not gonna be able to do that. But he's obviously like, you know, I don't care, I can buy whatever.
Literally.
So I just think it's cute. They're looking at like what is considered like small and like a small budget place, which is obviously like extraordinarily expensive,
Right.
but it's like a tiny place or whatever, and they still are like, oh, it's not that big, you know. But it's like $6,000 a month.
Literally.
It's crazy.
And then Charlie sucks. Oh my God. You want to talk about entitled asshole from New York? Like,
Yeah.
trust fund kid to the max, like spoons, like silver spoon, like, and then remind me, is he the one that just got in trouble for holding someone hostage?
No, but
he was like part of the group.
He like knows them. Yeah,
Like he was like
but he's
at a
not.
like,
yeah, no one on the show was the one that actually like did it. I think those, yeah, but like they were
held
connected in
parties and
some
he was there.
way. Yeah, or maybe even like they might have even been like lived with them or so, like a close connection, but wasn't
Got
like
it.
the actual person that held
Got
them
it.
hostage.
Ugh, I hate him and how ignorant, and that conversation with Riley just like really bothered me. Like, none of us know what it feels like to be Black. Unless you are Black, you do not know what it feels like. You do not understand the trials and the hardship that these people have to go through on a daily basis because their skin color is different. And how motherfucking dare you when someone tells you how you are making them feel, and you just apologize to appease them. Like,
I know.
and it's a very serious matter, and you have the audacity to be like, make it seem like it's a genuine apology, only to then be like, oh, I don't care, and I don't agree, but I just didn't want to like keep the conversation going, so I just said what she wanted to hear.
On the bus, I thought he was being, I was like surprised, because I thought he was like, oh, at first he was like, okay, I think this is a little much, and I was like, okay, he's being a dick. But then she was like, it's not too much for me, this is how I feel. And so he was like, okay, I'm sorry, like I didn't. And I was like, okay, wow, I was surprised that he was like listening. And I was kind of like, okay, I think they have a true friendship, and you know, he really does listen to her, and it seems genuine. He seems to really listen, and he seems like, okay, I'm understanding, this is not how I meant to make you feel, and I'm sorry. And I was like, wow, that's really like surprising coming from him. But then he immediately was like, oh no, I did not mean that. And then continues to be like, I thought we were good, like, aren't we good? I'm just like, you're so gross.
So gross. Like, Okay, but then like what was the meeting? Why did Seth Marks take him to lunch? And what was that all about? And like please tell me that was a production thing. Like that
It had
there
to
is
have
no
been.
way. Like that was the cringiest, weirdest lunch.
I also don't think, I mean, there's no way that Seth knows the extent to what how
Right.
Charlie is. But why does Chloe keep entertaining this person?
Right.
He's just like gross. And I love Brooks. I don't even know how he could be friends with this man.
I know. I love Brooks. I love Brooks. Gia's not, she's the odd one out 100%. Like you
Yeah.
could tell she was just, she's not a city girl. She is not a city, and none of
Right.
them are from New York. Most of them are not from New York, but she just like that Jersey to New York like split is real.
Mm-hmm. Well, she just got in trouble at school.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess like there was other people that were supposed to join this cast that did not because of her, allegedly. But it's just interesting because yeah, I think she is definitely different than the rest of the cast, and I think that
from what age did she think that she was going to be a housewife? You know what I mean? Like she's always felt entitled, and like Bravo is her network, and like I feel like she really probably went into this thinking like I'm going to be the star of the show. Like this is quickly going to turn into my show, and it's not.
Right. I mean, I don't dislike her. I just think it's just interesting because that she's not like the center of the group character. And like yeah, it's like not really like her friend group. It's a weird group.
It's a weird group.
I'm liking it, but it is weird because it's not like an organic friend group.
Yeah. Yeah. So I will say like I am just excited to see how the season unfolds and what the future brings for them. Yeah.
Miami. So good.
Listen, guys, if you dabble with Housewives or like you could, but you just don't really, like Miami is where it's at. Like you could go back 3 seasons, be perfectly fine. Every single season is going to get better. It's all going to be great. These bitches came out swinging episode 1 and they haven't stopped. And episode 2 was just as juicy.
Yes. It's so good. I like miss Nicole. But other than that, I'm liking it. And sometimes the seasons start off like really slow and you're just kind of like, okay, I know it's going to get good, so I'm going to keep watching it. There was no slow. It just, it felt like we were mid-season. And I love that.
So Alexia was on Watch What Happens Live this week. Did you watch it by chance?
No.
Okay. So in the show right now, it started off 5 months prior. Her husband, she comes home and the apartment is empty. Like he up and leaves, which is crazy. Like that is just a crazy thing, like in general to experience. Like you're happy with your man and the next thing you do, you come home, and to know that he like over time has strategically been moving things out and like
had another place.
Okay. So you're just like, okay, I'm done with this like piece of shit. Like who wants to be treated like that? To then go back to him. And I was dead in the first episode when Larsa's like, oh, well, yeah, like I'm a single girl, you're a single girl. And she goes, no. She goes, you're not single until your heart is single. It's like, no, I think you're single when someone breaks up with you and files for divorce.
Yeah.
And then Marisol, who doesn't, she should have been in one of my honorable mentions from last week's episode, because from the time that she has come on our screen years ago, between her and her mother, she is iconic. Like she very, very much is. And her reads are funny and she is who she is. And when she says to Alexia, what's right for the whole ain't always right for the soul. And those are words to live by.
Truly. And she's a good friend. Like, even though she does not like Todd, she's sticking by Alexia, at least so far. Like
they were both on Watch What Happens Live. And so Andy says like, okay, currently to date, like, what's the status with you and Todd? And she was like, we are not together. Like, and he was like, oh, okay. He was like, well, when, like, so what, you haven't like seen him in like months? And she goes, months? She goes, days. She goes, we just had sex. And he was like, oh. And hold on, sorry. He's like, oh, okay. And so she was like, you know, Andy, you just have to watch the rest of the season and like you'll understand. He goes, I have watched the rest of the season. He's like, I'm confused still. He's like, that's why I'm asking. He was like, so you guys aren't together, haven't been together in months, you don't like him, but you just had sex with him? And she was like, yeah. And Marisol is like, oh, Andy, I want them to be done. Andy, make it stop. Andy, I can't have them together anymore. Nope, bad, 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 bad.
It's exhausting.
And she's beautiful.
I know, but it doesn't matter. She doesn't have...
You don't need Todd.
She doesn't have self-esteem.
Clearly. Another bitch who doesn't have self-esteem. Larsa. The way that woman gets me riled up. Like,
she drives me so crazy. And like, okay, she was
so
driving me crazy. She was driving me
looking.
crazy in the first episode, just acting trash. And then in the second episode, when she's acting trash in front of her kid, and like even her kid is like, it's none of our business. Like, leave them alone. It has nothing to do with us. And I'm just like, get a grip. Even your own kids are like, leave them alone.
When she ever asked his opinion, thinking that he, of course, was going to back and side with her, and he didn't, and she was still just like, yeah, but don't you think this? But he's like, no. He's like, I don't think you have to be mean. Like,
yeah.
But that van ride was so funny. Like,
I know.
Like, you guys aren't speaking, and then you have to take this van ride, and it's giving like, hey, how y'all doing?
That is weird, though, that they put them. I mean, obviously they do it for the show.
Right.
But, yeah. What do you think about Jody?
Okay, so I just saw that Lisa came with receipts. So we end the second episode with Larsa trying to insinuate that Jody is like crazy and possessive and mean. And she's like, I want to show you this picture. So Lisa, I just saw yesterday, like goes through a whole scroll of Getty images and she's like zooming in on everything. And she was like, this is the one that she chose. She was like, it was like, you could tell like, it's just like a series of photos, like where he just like was looking and they snapped it at the wrong time. It wasn't like he was like filled with rage posing. Like,
yeah. I was kind of wondering like when they, because they obviously show the preview and they show the picture and I'm like, what is this picture?
Yeah.
Like,
so they're like,
it's a weird picture.
Yeah. So I think it's like from them at the club, like they're doing like the step and repeat. And so like there's a bunch of pictures before and after that one still frame where he looks completely normal, completely fine. Like,
yeah, it just looked like he was off guard. Like,
right. Now, what I will say, Jody, go get yourself a publicist. We don't need you making any statements. It's not great on your end when you're being accused of doing cocaine and like being on a hot mic. And your response is 50% of Miami does coke. So if I was, it wouldn't be a big deal. Okay.
I mean, period. He doesn't give a fuck.
Nope. And then like, her trying to justify the Marcus thing. It's like, listen, Jody is friends with Marcus. How good of friends? I don't know. Should they be friends? Also don't know, don't care. But like, Jody is a man. He's not reading the headlines. He's not following what tweets you guys are sending back and forth to one another. Like, and if he's at an event where Marcus has been invited, he's not going to be like, hold up, everyone. Marcus, you got to go. He's like, I have loyalty to your ex and to my girlfriend. Yeah. You got to go.
And then when Larsa was like, and after what you've seen what he said about me in the tabloids, Jody's like, I don't read it. Like, I don't. So then it's like, Larsa, don't you feel stupid? First of all, bringing this up at this man's birthday party. Second of all, like, I know. And she should, though.
Yeah.
But I'm like, men don't care about this. And you're so mad at Lisa. And then when Lisa says, like, I didn't go to the dinner because you are my friend, so I am a good friend. Then Larsa then she get, oh, well, I'm going to find something else. I'm mad that you didn't stop your man from going. And it's like, why? Like, I would get it if Lisa was at every event and she's like posting selfies with Marcus and like whatever, but it's like, relax.
It's
like,
Miami. You guys run in the same circle. Like the odds are like, it's not really far-fetched.
And she didn't go because she's like, yeah, that's my friend's ex. Like, I'm not going to go. But like, her man went. Who cares? These are men. They like, whatever. And she's worried about if Jody posted a picture. Like, I'm just couldn't be bothered if.
And then like, okay, so then they're at the club in Milan and they're talking to Fabulous, who love that he's a closet Housewives fan.
I know.
And he's like, give me the tea, ladies. Like, let me know what's happening.
He's like the Dr. Phil of Housewives.
Literally. And so they're explaining their situation to him. And he's like, nah, like, you really don't have grounds to be upset with her. Like, get over it. Like, this is stupid. And Lars is like, he knew I was right. He literally just told Lisa she's right and that you need to get over it. And you walked away and said, he sided with me.
I know, she's so delusional.
He verbatim said, get over it, move on. You're wrong for making this a big deal. And she's like, see, told you I could be mad at you.
I know. And then at the end of the episode, they're like, friendly. It's really a toxic friendship.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I'm excited for this season.
I cannot wait.
Speaking of
the real tea. Our favorite time of the year is back. Love Island. We are 17 days in now? I think we're like, or 20 days in now. Yeah, I think episode 20. I think it was like episode 20 last night. I haven't watched last night's episode yet. But slow start. It was a slow build up to what we're enjoying now. Let's get into the name on everyone's lips, Huda. Mm-hmm. Now, what are your thoughts on how she went about the Jeremiah situation and being a mom?
Mommy?
Mamacita?
I'm a mommy. As far as like not telling people, or what do you mean?
Yeah. In terms of like her ideology of, I want to make sure this person is really for me before I tell them that I'm a mom.
I mean, okay, so I will say I don't really, it's not that I don't want to say that I don't agree with something when I'm like not a parent, because I'm like, I don't know exactly how I would feel since I'm not in that situation, but I will say I find it a little strange. Because like I understand kind of like what she means. Like she doesn't want someone to like completely like judge her based on that. But at the same time, if someone was going to, then they wouldn't be your person. So it's like that kind of takes them out of the equation. If that's the type of person that would judge you because you had a kid, then what would be the difference? Because if they got to know you and then found out you had a kid and then they're like, oh, but I already got to know her and I like her, so now they're not going to judge you. Like, it just, they wouldn't be your person anyway.
And I get what you're saying to your point of like, you're not a parent, so you can't like speak in like definites. However, that's wrong. It's not wrong of you to say to everyone as a whole, hey, I just, want to let you know, like the biggest, most important thing in my life. And I think like something that all of you should know when going into a dating situation with me is I'm a mom. Like, that's not introducing your daughter, showing what she looks like, telling her name. You don't have to give any details, because I can understand that comes with liking a person, trusting a person, all of that. But I think it's so fucked up that you would like be strategically planning when you're going to say it. Because what if you're with someone who doesn't want kids, or
Mhm.
you know, like that's not a life they thought for themselves. It's like now you've like tricked them into falling for you and like forcing your child upon them versus giving them
Mhm.
the opportunity. Like that is just so fucked up.
Yeah. I just think it's strange for sure. And I
Yeah.
think yeah, I think it's weird. Um I don't know. It's just hard. Like I don't like to judge based on things that like I don't it's hard because I'm not a parent, like I said, so I don't understand all of her reasonings behind it. And maybe she has very specific reasonings that she didn't talk about, and I don't
It seems
know.
like she
I
like
mean,
wants to trap someone.
yeah, I don't know. But
Um,
to
but
me, it
that's at
seemed
least
weird because
honestly.
I would feel uncomfortable if I was dating someone and they didn't bring it up until multiple days in, because then it's kind of like that feels like a huge part of your life that you just
Mm-hmm,
hid. And
mm-hmm,
if it's not a huge part of your life, that's a red flag.
mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
It's
And,
icky.
yeah. So,
I
that's
mean, but like
strange.
I said, like that's like one of the least of her problems at this point in time. This girl, I mean, she's TV gold. She is cinematic, just perfection to watch. She is so mean. She is so toxic. She's the victim all the time. She lies, she manipulates, she bends the stories. But I will say, that girl got a whole lot of ass on her.
She does.
Whew.
So, I like her.
What?
I just have to say that because I know, like, we're talking about the contestants and we haven't said who we like and dislike. I like her. Like, not, yeah, I like her. I mean, I do
She's
agree that
not a girl's girl. She's not a
I
girl's girl at all.
agree that she has done things that are not nice. And I am not saying like she's my favorite girl on the show or that I want to be best friends with her, but I like her more than some other people on the show. And I have felt bad for her at certain situations. I think she has brought certain situations on herself at the same time,
Oh,
but not all. I don't think all. And I don't think she has been completely at fault for all. And I also think other people in the house have done like I feel like the house as a whole were like telling her and Jeremiah like you guys need to explore other people, and they did this to Jeremiah too. Like then once he did, they were like, no, you should have stayed with her. Like they kind of like went back on it and they were like, why did you choose someone else? Like they kind of, and it's like,
I
why don't
didn't.
you
I didn't
they
see
did
them
like
like.
when they were kind of like, oh, why did you so when he went with Iris, they kind of like chastised him for it. Like,
I didn't
oh,
think that they did
well,
at
she
all.
was crying and yeah, they completely went the opposite way. And
I
the
didn't.
boys did.
I didn't have that
They
takeaway at all.
they
They were, I think, like asking him, like, "Oh, good. Like, what made you do it?" Like, everyone was excited. Everyone as a
no, because
whole
even
house.
Jeremiah was like, you everyone told me like that I'm too closed off, and now that I'm not closed off, you guys are like saying that I did it the wrong way. And like because they were like Nick was like, oh well, she was crying all day and now you went out on a date and had fun and like you weren't even trying to comfort her.
I
That's what
think he
everyone
was like,
said.
I think that he was like explaining, like, this is what you missed, like, just so you know, like, and like maybe like, yeah, like maybe say something to her, like, but I don't think it was in a way in which that he was like, you made the wrong decision, bro. Like, everyone
Not
was
that
like,
you
get them
made the wrong
apart.
decision, but it's just kind of like just like no one else is doing that to anyone else. Like, well,
Because no one else
you
is as
did this and
toxic
you
as the
did
two of
this.
them.
Right, but it's like just let them fucking be.
I
I
mean,
mean, it's
she's been really,
annoying.
she's just like, I just like, I can't believe you like her. I'm shocked. I am so shocked that you like her.
I don't know. I don't like that everyone was pouring the milk on her. I think Hannah is annoying and people
Yeah.
don't give
Yep.
her as much
Yep.
shit. Like
Agreed.
I'm sorry, her crying her freaking eyeballs out about Charlie was
And then-
so drama, and sleeping with the freaking picture and like and then
Perfectly
like
fine.
licking her hand. Did you see that?
No.
You
Why
did
is she
not see
licking- Why is she
this-
licking her hand?
the scene in the bed the next day with Pepe? When they show them in bed,
Yeah.
they showed her like and like put it under the covers. It was a whole like
Oh.
oh,
Oh.
it was. I was like, whoa, what?
Oh.
It was a whole thing.
She was getting ready for
Oh,
a good
she was-
time.
yes, Charlie who?
Yes.
Charlie who? So I'm like,
Yeah.
girl, bye.
Oh yeah. No, I'm not a Hannah fan. My top is Sierra. I love
I was
Sierra
just gonna say,
so
and
much.
Sierra, don't like her.
I love her. I love the conversation that she had with Huda. I love the accountability. Like, I love the way she communicates. I love her delivery when she like talks to Nick. I think that she's just like sweet, fun, wants to have a good time, and she's like genuine and like very confident, knows who she is. I think that she's gonna fall in love in Casa more. I do think that she like I hope some guy. But I also love Nick. Like, he has now become one of my favorites as well. Like, I do. I think he's so funny.
Ugh.
And then, like, of course, Shelly and Olandria. I mean, Olandria is just like
Love.
Okay,
Okay, I hated Shelly the first episode. She
God,
said
it's been
that
so
she
long, I can't
didn't
even
know that
remember.
ponies were real. Like, Taylor was like talking about ponies,
Mm-hmm.
and she was like, this is so crazy. Like, I like didn't know ponies were real. Like,
He didn't
I
say
just, like-
unicorn.
exactly. She was being dead ass serious. Like, she was like, I just like did not know ponies were real. And I was like,
Okay, girl.
but I like her. I don't like Ace.
Okay. Do you think that they were secretly together before the show?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. That's the theory. And like, everyone says that like because they never kiss anyone outside of challenges. Neither of them. And
But
Ace
didn't
is
she
just-
kiss Austin?
I don't think so.
No?
I don't think so. He kissed Amaya outside of a challenge in like yoga. And it's really weird how like hard he was going for Shelly, like doing all those extra dates and stuff when they weren't a couple.
I don't know how I feel about him. Like, I mean, I loved him before he was on Love Island because I love his dances. I love like that he like teaches all the people in Pakistan how to dance. Like, I think those videos are so funny. They've always been funny to me. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about him yet. Like, sometimes I'm like, you're calculated, and other times I'm like, you're saying how you feel, and like you have your boundaries and you're strict on them.
I think he's like one of those guys that likes to make girls feel stupid.
I could see that.
I mean,
yeah.
Amaya is very over the top and like a lot, but like when she's like, hey babe, or whatever, and he's like, you're doing so much. Like, he's just like,
He's very particular. He is very particular.
yes. And it's just like, and I feel like with Amaya's situation, she was very much like open to being like, okay, like, I hear what you're saying and I'm being too touchy or I'm doing too much. And she was like, the next morning, she's like, I apologize. I was too emotional. I totally get it. Like, I respect this. And then he's like, he found another thing that she said that was too, and it's just like, okay, this is exhausting. Like,
it was weird that he chose her. Cause like, why choose her when you know you don't want to be with her? And then to just like tell her,
you're wrong for everything you're doing. And
like,
I don't like you. And
that, like that was weird. I know. So like jury's out. But oh my God, Ariana, her body is snatched to the, oh my gosh. When she was in that like pink dress with like the cutout in the middle and like her abs and like everything is just like perfect and beautiful. I'm like, you go off. I love her as the host. Her hairstylist is great. And then when he put her in that brown lace front, she looks stunning as a brunette.
So good. Mm-hmm.
Oh my God. And the red with the dark hair. Yes, girl. Go all the way off. Eat your heart out, Tom Sandoval.
I know. And then we already talked about, we got Paige, which was amazing. And then we got Megan.
What a challenge.
It's just, wow.
What a challenge.
That was incredible.
Which brings me to Taylor and his faces. Because what is with his face?
I love Taylor. I think he's probably my favorite guy. He's so funny. And just like, I love him. I feel like if I was in the villa, he would be like my best like guy friend. But the faces are so funny. And I mean, I love an expressive face. I have an expressive face, but like, I hope I don't look like that when I'm like trying to like be cute.
Right, that's the thing. It's like moments when he like should be trying to be cute. He's like making
he's like
weird.
I'm like, I'm expressive when I'm like telling a story or like reacting to a story, not when I'm like trying to be like sexy.
It's like also giving like cheer or dance performance.
Like, yeah, like the little kids on like Toddlers and Tiaras when they're like,
exactly, like that's what it's giving. Yes,
yeah,
that's what he's doing.
So
but yeah, I mean, Casa Amor has to be coming up this week, right? I think we're gonna.
It is. So yeah, it's this week because I didn't watch last night's episode yet. Which for those who are listening, just a reminder, we're recording Mondays, so we're talking about Sunday night's episode when we say that. But I know that at the end of that episode was the preview for Casa. So I think Casa starts tonight.
Tonight? Oh, I can't wait.
Yeah, because they showed who the Casa people are. Because I saw that. Like I saw, and then I was like, oh God, I had to like click out because I'm like, I don't want to see.
I don't want to know.
People went home last night and I'm like, oh God, I don't want to see. So I need to like watch that soon so I don't see any spoilers.
But yeah, I mean, I also too, like, I mean, I love it. I watch it every, night. But can we get an older option crowd? Same concept, but I just like want people that aren't 23.
Oh, I know. We didn't even mention though, they're coming allegedly, I guess. Well, not allegedly because it was online, like, which I mean, I guess doesn't mean it's true, but they're coming to San Diego to look for people to go.
So guys, our next bombshell entering the villa is Kelly.
She is the grandmother of the villa. The geriatric. Geriatric
so America, do your thing and vote this geriatric bombshell in. Taylor, she's coming for you. Oh, who would you pick if you had to pick one of the guys?
Okay, let me see. Not Nick. Okay, also there's like a cold sore outbreak. So the fact
how did he have that cold sore and then do the kissing challenge?
I don't know that.
That has to be anything that remotely looks like something might potentially. I'm gonna need you to take your lips all the way back.
Right. I would pick out of the current guys. I think I would pick the newest guy, TJ. He's cute.
Beautiful eyes. Gosh,
really nice
those
lips.
And he just seems like a wholesome, person. Yeah. I would pick,
but also because we've just seen like the least of him, so like I haven't gotten the ick. Because I get the ick easily. So who did you say?
I guess I would pick Nick or Taylor.
Yeah. I mean, Taylor, I'm not like attracted to him, but I
Me
think like
either.
he's like funny and like
Yes.
I would like him the most as like I would get along with him really well, but like I'm not like attracted to him like romantically.
I was saying to my friend the other day, like, I love his personality so much, so it's like made me kind of attracted to him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, but I'm not like just like looking at him like, oh, that is a good looking man. I'm like,
Right.
there's Taylor.
He's too, I know, he's too like goofy for me to be like, oh, Taylor.
But I've seen like, have you seen all the other pictures of him, like his modeling pictures and stuff?
Mm-mm.
He
I also don't think farm life isn't really a calling for me.
We know we are far from that. You're closer to farm life than me, but it's still a no.
Why?
Because you would camp. That's really basically it.
I was like, what? I'm giving farm life?
No,
Okay.
no.
Okay. Well, that's it for the shows. We did it. It was a lot. Also because we haven't, talked in a while. But we will keep everyone updated. Orange County Housewives is going to be starting in a couple weeks. And then we will be having the Secret Lives of Mormon Wives reunion. And even though we love to talk about reality shows, we love to learn and grow. So, like I mentioned earlier, we're going to keep talking about shows, obviously, throughout the summer. But next week, we'll be talking about a personal stuff, which will be whatever we do this week, plus some funny stories that don't have anything to do with this week. I think I'm going to tell a dating story.
Okay.
I have a couple. I'll only tell one, but like maybe we'll do a poll or something to see people can vote for which one they want to hear. Maybe. Because we have some of them you haven't heard. You heard the Alcatraz one. That has nothing to do with Alcatraz.
A classic.
So we have an Alcatraz one. We have the mini golf one. We have, they just fly out of my brain.
The bicycle.
The bicycle. Mm-hmm. Oh, and then we have the, I don't know what to call it, but there's another one.
Okay.
Maybe it's we split the bill, but I ended up paying more. Or how about the one where the homeless man ate off of my dinner plate? There's too many to count. So anyways.
The fact that you even split a bill on a date is already shocking to me.
Oh, I have more times than not. I have more times than not. There was a point when my dad was like, if you don't stop splitting the bill on your first dates, like, what is wrong?
Is that a you thing or a them thing?
Well, I would argue it's a them thing because it's a me thing that I say, do you want to split? But it's a them thing that they accept.
Right.
Which I understand it's both, but it really should be. I'm always going to say it because I feel awkward. If you don't immediately just grab it, you're making me feel uncomfortable that you didn't immediately grab it. So I understand that's a me thing.
I'll make you feel. I know. We'll have a staring contest.
Right. So I understand that part is a me thing, but it's 100% of them thing that they would accept.
Absolutely. So, no man should ever let a girl pay for a date. Ever. Okay, not ever. Like, yes, if you're like dating someone, like, yes, like take them on a little date, all the things. But like,
I mean, this man.
Date, no.
I've had. Yeah.
Did you go on a repeat date with any of those guys?
No.
Okay.
No. Okay. I don't do that. No. Okay. No. So at least I learned that. Because if you make me pay, you're not
It's a no.
interested.
Yeah.
They always still try to hook up with me, which it's like,
That
I'm
ain't
sorry,
free.
you clearly weren't interested when
So
I paid.
you're not interested enough to pay for my food, but you're interested
So
enough
you're not
to
interested, but now
sleep
you're
with me?
interested? I'm confused.
No. Yeah. No.
I'm not good at math, but
That ain't adding up.
right.
No.
So anyways, as we're learning and growing, we're going to finish out with our questions of the week. So what is one thing you're working on?
Time management. I think I've been doing well. And I think I've been like on time with my things, but I could always also obviously do better. So here we go.
Cool.
Mhm.
I am working on doing less.
I'm very proud of you.
Thank you.
Mhm.
What is one thing you're looking forward to?
Having some organized closets. I have been working on it, redoing my drawers, everything. I need to buy a new dresser. So many things. Always, it's a me problem. It's my clothes. I'm running out of room.
I'm still
3
taking
closets.
donations.
Oh, yes. You will have a lot coming your way.
Because I have a lot of space now. I'm looking forward to hitting 10K on San Diego Scout. I'm almost there.
Okay, how many away are we?
Let's see. Today, currently, we are at... I am at 9942.
Guys,
So,
we need 68 people. No?
58.
58.
That was really close. That was like quick, close math, though. 58 away
Mhm.
from 10,000.
Mm-hmm.
So,
okay, we're going to get you 58 followers by the end of the week, 100%. And if you don't follow Kelly's page, you need to. She's the go-to guru for everything San Diego, whether it's hair, skin, nails, restaurants, activities, all of the things. Kelly is your girl. She has got you. Tell a friend to tell a friend, and then tell that friend to tell their friend about us as well.
Exactly. Period. What's one thing that made you feel like an adult?
I did not get Kelly's help at all last week, and I felt very adult, also very nervous and very anxious, but I didn't really receive any negative feedback, so that made me feel good. What are you going to say? What are you going to say?
I would say I did help you. I wouldn't say you didn't get my help at all. I think that's not fair because I did help you.
Sorry.
But I will say you did multiple things without my help.
Mm-hmm.
But yes. I wouldn't say not at all because that's a little unfair because I did do a couple things.
Yes, that is true. That is true.
But you did do a lot of things without me, and you did do very good.
Thank
and there
you.
were the things you did without me. I did not see things that I was like, that's weird.
Mad about.
So I do think you did a great job.
Thank you.
I got acupuncture for the first time.
How was that?
Very adult. It was good. And I got cupping. Oh, and so I have those like things, those dots on my back.
Uh-huh.
And I don't know, it just felt very adult to be like.
Now, where'd you get the acupuncture? Like on your body?
Well, she did it in my legs and my feet. Mm-hmm. And then on my upper back.
How is the feet? I feel like that would be really nice.
I mean, I didn't feel it. Oh. But also, so the points that she did in my feet, basically, so I'm doing a collaboration for social media with this acupuncturist. Mm-hmm. So there are points in your feet that I guess are tied to the back. Right. The issues that I have are in my back. So that's why she put those in my feet, but she also put some in my feet for the video, if that makes sense. Mm-hmm. So it's not like I have pain in my feet. So I don't really like notice a difference in my feet because I didn't have like pain or anything. Mm-hmm. I did notice a difference in my back though. And I'm going to continue going because now I'm going to be making social media stuff for her.
Acupuncture is what helped my neck injury.
Yeah. And I remember you saying something about it. And then someone else said something about it. And then I heard Paige talk about it on Giggly Squad about how she got acupuncture because she was saying her back was always really tense. And that's how mine is like tense. When I stretch, it feels good, but then it goes back.
Right.
So yeah. Felt great. And lastly, what is one thing you did to contribute to your mental health?
Went to the beach.
Nice.
Boy, did it feel good.
Nice. I took time off. So
Love that.
That was good. Yes. So that is all for this week. Make sure you are following us wherever you listen and that you are subscribed on Spotify, Apple, YouTube. Make sure you rate, review, leave a comment, share with a friend. Make sure you follow us on Instagram, wherever, whenever. We've got content coming your way, all the fun things. And we will see you next week. Bye.
Bye.